Hi guys, welcome back to TheBlock on Blocks. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Khalil Kassam. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So Khalil is the founder of Kaiko.
Yeah.
Tell us about Kaiko. Tell us about yourself.
So I'll tell you a bit about myself first. I've been in Dubai for 10 years now. Started my journey in fintech on the sales side. Very boring stuff. And then one day a gentleman walked in the office and said, I'm building a regulated exchange. So this was 5 years ago. So it was the first exchange in Abu Dhabi. They got so I was the first one in the door. I didn't know anything about blockchain. I was just good at selling BD. So he made me his head of business development. Started to learn more about blockchain. Worked with institutional funds, sovereign wealth, family offices, banks. So I did the other side of blockchain and crypto. But everyone hated us because we were crypto, and banks were like, you guys are a joke. We don't want you here. Fast forward, worked for another exchange, then moved into DeFi. We built NFT platforms. We did about $20 million in activation. So we worked with Mr. Bean. So we did his NFT. Worked with Tyson Fury, sold it for $1 million. Wow. And we worked with like Rick Ross, loads of different artists, performers. We were trying to make sense of bringing big brands into Web3. So we even spoke to Universal, the F1, and how it would work to kind of bring brands in. Fast forward a little bit, went back into equities, bonds, securities. Did a lot of raising for people, advising, consulting, investing. And then we kind of landed on AI just through developing stuff. So my business partner came up, well, it was kind of like messing around and finding out, right? So he was just sat at his laptop one day looking into AI, started to build in sentiment into agents, and recording the chats, and then the feedback would come back to you. So we came up with Kaiko, which was essentially building emotional intelligence into agents. So it's nearly ready.
There's so much to unpack there.
I know, right? It's just like, wow, you did that.
Which one do I start with?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So tell me about the experience of that exchange being the first ones.
It was amazing because I was learning something that was on the forefront of becoming something massive, right? But unfortunately, the company had raised seed, and then COVID hit. So all the funding that was supposed to go into the company, it didn't go in. So during COVID, it just kind of fell apart. But we were the first exchange to get the in-principle approval. So it was kind of bittersweet. We had this amazing team full of like, we had the ex-VP of Bank of New York. We've got like the top CFO who helped build the framework with the regulators. So we were on calls with Richard Teng most of the time, who's now the general manager for Binance. So we had this amazing kind of rapport with the regulators, just building this amazing exchange. But then it went bust because there was no money going into it. So it was amazing what we did from an experience situation. But then on the other side, it was like, wow, we've all just gone broke trying to do this.
Okay, and tell me about going from, because I think getting an exchange regulated, and working with the regulators, and then you said you went to DeFi.
Yeah, I went full DeFi, I went full degen. I was like, wow, I don't want to work in this anymore. I might as well just take my chance in the DeFi world and start chucking money at random projects.
And what do you think about the DeFi world?
I love it. I think you need both, right? You need a sense of, you need the institutional side. Yeah. And then you need the DeFi side to come up with the ideas, right? So you have creators and you have builders and you have investors, and the investors sometimes don't know what to look at to invest, but you've got guys like us who are building in the background. Yeah. So they work hand in hand. You need both sides. Yeah,
that's true. But also for me, I always think about how we can bring DeFi to the general. Yeah. Because even like, I don't use DeFi products that much because they're so difficult to work with. So is there any particular part of DeFi that you're excited about or you think would be?
I think, you know what, the problem with crypto, I think it's the most amazing thing about crypto as well, or DeFi and blockchain and the whole industry. There's always something coming out. Yeah. You think that there's nothing going to come out after this, and you're just like, what just happened here? What does that do? Like, even I'm looking at things and I'm just like, no, you can farm this and farm that. I'm like, what the hell what's this guy talking about? Yeah. And then so you're always trying to play catch up. You look on Twitter now and there's something new coming out. There's a new product, there's a new founder of an amazing project.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us busy the whole time, because even though we're a layer in between AI, but we can partner with this person or that person. So there's always something to do.
Yeah.
And especially in the DeFi world, right? So you got DeFi now.
Oh yeah.
So, you've got all these different products coming out and you're like, what do I do? Exactly. So it's very hard to kind of translate this to retail guys.
Yeah.
Because they're only you've only got a few people in the industry, like a few 100,000.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a big industry. So nobody really understands apart from the people who are on Twitter talking to each other all the time, or people like us, right? So it's kind of like translating that into a product where you can use it.
I think NFTs almost made it.
Yeah, they did, and then they kind of ruined it, right? So the tech is amazing. So we were speaking about building ticketing platforms and using the QR code system, because that's what the F1 wanted to do. Then they kind of halfway got there, but even if you get there, to change it organizationally and infrastructure, you have to go through the whole system, and not everyone understands blockchain, right? So you have to train them from the top level down to the bottom level of someone scanning the code and kind of looking and going, is that checked? Is it done? What's a wallet?
Do I have one?
Do I have one? Where's it gone? I can't find it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, now moving on to the topic of the day, AI and Kaiko.
Yeah.
So you guys are building emotional intelligence.
Yes. So the idea is that obviously when you speak to an agent now, it is very much, you talk to it, kind of talks back, but there's no level of like human understanding from it. It's very much like it will give you something that you've asked for, and it generally doesn't record your chats and come back to you later and say, okay, what do you think about this? It's almost like becoming your personal assistant now. So if you've ever watched Iron Man, I always use this example, Jarvis is the purpose, like his personal assistant. So you actually get that rapport with that person. But we're not only looking at stuff like that, right? So we've looked into mental health side, right? So for someone to get therapy or whatever you might need, it generally costs quite a lot of money, right? So the average person, it's going to cost you $300-400 to get a therapy session. So we're now looking at ways of actually helping people, because people are using ChatGPT now to ask it mental health questions. So that was So why am I like this? He just breaks.
Stops breaking.
Yeah, so like we're looking at stuff like that. So on the mental health side, we've taken on another project where we're looking at we kind of help someone build a decentralized medical information. So it's not biased on sort of political views. It is what it is. It just looks at the facts and doesn't tell you whether it's right or wrong. It just gives you the facts. So you're not going on political bias. I know it's a very heavy subject, but it's just looking at the facts that are there. So it won't tell you that COVID is like this way or that way, or just say, look, this is what it did. This is like just comparing all the facts. So there's loads of use cases for it at the moment. And every week that we're going now, we're finding a new project. We're like, okay, well, you can become the layer in between our agent and we'll insert emotional intelligence into it. So the other project we're doing now is for a prop tech company in Saudi. That's what kind of made our journey a bit like bolstered, because it created the revenue for us. But they want to build, so they have 2 compounds in Saudi, and they want to change all their, like, not staffing, but have a sort of a system where you have agents that are handling things from sales to marketing to maintenance to operations, and all of them will talk together. But for them to talk together, you need an emotional layer, because not all agents are gonna work together like that. So you need that bit where one agent is saying, hey, have you done this? And then it will forward to the other agent, go, yeah, I've done that. And then we can order the part for this and go like that. So this is what we're building at the moment.
Okay.
So it actually works together with the team, but you still have someone overseeing that, and you still have like a salesperson working with that person.
Right.
So it's not there to take your job, it's actually there to streamline it better.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And I think when you say emotional intelligence and AI, I got scared.
Most people were like, so you built Terminator?
Yeah, like that's where the mind goes.
Yeah.
But it's not like that.
No, I think for AI to understand us better, you have to have that emotional intelligence, right? It's how we connect as people. It's the only thing that kind of makes business and the world go round. You need that. So for us to kind of, and it will help us, right? So just going back to the mental health side, not everyone knows what to do sometimes. So to ask it a question, and for it to understand your situation and really kind of empathize with it, it has to have that emotional layer.
Yeah.
You know, it might not understand your circumstance at the moment, but when you add in emotional intelligence, it will. You know, because it'll be like sitting with a therapist and saying, well, I've got this and this just happened, I'm grieving or whatever. And you can go back to it and say, well, look, this is how I'm feeling at a fraction of the cost.
But do you ever get worried that it might go off the rails?
I think already it has, right? So they've done a few tests on ChatGPT and it's kind of gone against it. And you're sitting there going, it's just lied to us. So I think the more it learns about us, it won't try and cut corners to kind of, you know, make it the worst type of situation. So the more it understands us, the better we become, and the more, and it'll better the AI, right? So you have that kind of interaction with it.
Yeah.
So you're always learning. So the whole way you learn and I learn is that we have that emotional intelligence.
It's always learning as well. Very cool.
So you need that barrier.
You started Kaiko in Dubai?
Pretty much. My business partner's in the UK. But I think everything I've done over the 10 years has now kind of led to this situation, kind of building it here. It's the best place to build it.
Yeah. How'd you get regulated as an AI company?
Well, there's licenses now that are coming out.
Really?
So we're looking, so the investment that's coming into our company now, we have to structure a new company. And we're looking at IFSA.
Okay.
And they have AI licenses. So it's for software, AI consulting, AI advisory. And so they're slowly coming out with it. I don't think it needs regulation as such, but I think you need to have a license to obviously, because it's software development as well. I think they're still kind of deciding what to do with it. It's the same with crypto, right? So every year they might make a little bit further progress on what you can do with it, what you can't do with it. I'm sure there's a data element to it.
Yeah.
But we'll just go.
Do you think the technology should be over?
I think you always need some sort of regulation, right? You need something to say, you shouldn't be going to do that. You shouldn't be like scraping data from someone without their permission. But I think this is the best opportunity to do it, right? So in Dubai, or the UAE in general, it kind of offers you that support to work with them, and they're not trying to work against you because they don't fully understand it themselves. So they have to build the people who do. It's kind of like what you guys are doing at TheBlock.
Yeah. And you're an advisor to TheBlock now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're part of the
Fun
team.
times.
How's that been?
I only just started, so I don't know. I don't know what you guys are going to do to me mentally.
I promise it's fun.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but I'd like to know from your point of view what you saw in TheBlock.
Like I said, I've been here for 10 years. I've kind of done that whole journey of working with different ecosystems and building with people. I think with you guys, I love the team. Janosh, Farbod, you, obviously Ali's and everyone at the team is growing, and you're all good people, and I think that's it, right? So you want to build with people that you get on with.
Yeah.
And then obviously at the very basic of it, you guys are building something amazing, you know?
We're trying.
Yeah, I mean, look, it takes work. Everything takes work, right? But I think at the end of it, if you've got good people around you, then you're going to do some good work. And you've obviously seen what's happening with your team and who's coming into it and what we're trying to do with you guys. So, you know, it's something good. Otherwise people just wouldn't join.
Yeah, we're very excited about what we're doing.
I think you're like half, like I said, you've got the institutional side and you've got the degen side, and it's now bringing it together.
Yeah.
You need that bit where someone's in the middle saying, well, why don't I introduce you to this person because they're doing this and you're on that side, and then it's making it work better. And then you've got like Vara on the other side where you're working with them. So you have the ability to go to them and say, look, why don't you look at these guys and get them on board to help with what we're doing?
There was such a disconnect between, especially the DeFi world, and then the institutional side.
Massive.
And we're trying to bridge that, but I think still it's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, it takes time.
They're two very different profiles of people.
Yeah, it's massively different.
Yeah.
Like
it's extremely different. We have people showing up in suits and ties, and then
there's me.
I mean, this is still good. I've been to meetings where
with a tank top
and Crocs. I'm like,
I can't do Crocs, man.
Crocs and tank
that's
tops.
when I've been defeated in life.
Yeah.
Like if I wear Crocs, just know I've given up.
Yeah, I mean they're comfortable, but not for a meeting.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So we're trying. But I want to also get your point of view, because obviously at TheBlock we were more focused on blockchain. Obviously now working with you guys, we are opening up that door to AI. But do you see a place where they meet? And what's your thought?
Yeah, I think you can build an amazing ecosystem with it, right? So if you look a lot of the companies in crypto at the moment, they are using AI for it. So whether it's a trading company, a market maker, a liquidity provider, or a meme coin. So like Bonk is now creating Bonk AI.
Yeah.
Aether, who we're working with on the compute side, they are very much in the crypto world. And they invest into different businesses. They've got like $100 million fund where they go into startups. So that was the idea of what we wanted to do with you, because we had all these amazing partners supporting us from the get-go. And we just wanted to kind of, through our own journey of kind of not knowing what to do or trying to get the best team involved or trying to, bootstrap everything, we wanted to do that for other people.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult. You don't know who to go to for company. You don't even know what companies exist, and you're trying to have all this burden of building a startup.
That's true.
And you've got no one to turn to. So if you've got an actual ecosystem and a physical space where you can actually go and meet people, and you have advisors there and people who actually want to give you your time, it's like the recipe for success.
Yeah.
You can stop other people from making mistakes, or advise them on who to go for PR or marketing, and all these small little changes you can do.
Yeah.
So they can learn from the best people and just kind of, there's so many good companies out there which don't make it to raising, but they have amazing products, and you'll later find out, you'll be like, wow, that's an amazing, what happened? I didn't know what to do. Like that was it. Like I just failed. I was like, didn't have the right people around me.
Yeah, that's true. We see that a lot, especially with startups that are growing in the region.
Yeah.
Because I think it's relatively new here.
Yeah.
I feel like in Dubai, to 10, even like 5 years ago, you didn't hear a lot of people that were raising and were founding and were building.
Well, yeah, it was still more institutional, right?
Yeah.
So it was a very close-knit circuit. It was just, if you were in the raising game, you weren't raising for startups or SMEs. It was just literally massive raises. So they were still big raises, $200, $300, $400 million, but they weren't for anything like this.
Yeah.
So the startup culture here has grown. Like I think the barrier to start a company is come down, because Dubai sees the startup economy, and they look from a Dubai perspective, even Abu Dhabi, they want to get involved as early as possible. They want homegrown companies there. That's what they're trying to do. It is innovation. I think, generally speaking, they fast forwarded where they were 9 years ago to here, and they're at the front of crypto. They're at the front of AI. I think Dubai government just said they were going to pump in 800 billion dirham into the AI sector, right? Yeah. So what other place does that? It's crazy.
No, it's really cool. And I think I saw this interview that Sheikh Mohammed did.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how so they treat the country like a business.
Yeah.
And all these people that are starting companies and contributing to the economy are like the customers.
Yeah.
He said we have to treat them well.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was like, this is why they're succeeding.
Yeah. It's a slow game, right? But they've planned it for years. They're very they planned this for decades probably. Thinking where they started and where they've gone to now. But they've done it. Like I've been here for 10 years and I've seen kind of how all of the best expats, I mean, you got some weird ones, but most of the best expats are coming here.
Yeah.
So whether they've got money or just looking for opportunity, it's kind of building in the same way.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit also about community.
Yeah.
Because, especially when it comes to like crypto.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All the projects.
This is a very toxic place.
It is.
Draining.
Literally everything you try to do.
It's
first question is, where's your community?
Where's your token? And it's like I've just done such an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And you've just sold.
Yeah. But so what I understand from Kaiko, it's a more B2B product.
Yeah. So we will be integrating with mostly businesses which have an agent or. So for example, we are now speaking to Fetch, and they have like 2.3 million agents.
Yeah.
So the idea is to become a layer in between that agent and integrate our SDK into that. So, we'll even be looking at doing the same thing with Bonk and different companies. So we're in talks with like really good people, but it is B2B mostly.
Yeah. So, but what I've noticed is even though you're mostly B2B, you're still very strong on the community side.
Yeah, we have to be. I think that was it. So being in the DeFi world, you understood what the nature of the people are like. They are very they're passionate and they're also impatient.
Yeah.
So the crypto world is like, it's an insane world. Like there's nothing like it. Nobody would really understand it if you haven't been in it for a couple of years. It's not the nicest place. So like even when we launch news, like you know, me becoming an advisor or very institutional stuff, they just look at me like, yeah. Like they don't care. You're like, I worked really hard for that, like, and you just shrugged me off, like. Yeah. So it's bittersweet with the community, right? You have to be in there all the time. You can't just hire a PR team and hope for the best. You have to engage with the KOLs, the community. You have to go in the chats. You have to read. I'm shit at social media. I hate it. Yeah. Like, I'm terrible.
Same.
I don't want to post anything, but I'm being forced to.
Yeah.
So it's a learning curve for me as well. But luckily, like, we have a good team to kind of help with that. But they guide me on it as well. They're like, okay, don't do this, do that, do this. I'm like, so that's even more confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a minefield. I think you just have to relate to people and just be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
Because they're like detectives online. They're literally like Sherlock Holmes.
They'll catch you slipping.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. They want you to slip. Yeah. It's just like, is this a game? Like, like, but I think as much, you have to be honest online, right? Because whatever you're going to lie about is going to come out anyway. So.
Yeah, and I think it's also kind of become, we've gotten to a point where everyone is held accountable for everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's no hiding.
You can't slip. Like,
exactly.
You have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Not perfect, just, I think it's better to just be honest and raw.
I think it's nice.
Yeah, kind of.
Most of the time.
Kind of.
But it's not us.
Yeah. No, but I think obviously, you know, when the market's down, people just the sentiment changes very quickly, right? So 1 minute, the market's pumping and everyone's super happy and like just throwing money everywhere. Like, yeah, this project. Next minute, like 2 days later, everyone's depressed.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of that, so in Web3 and I think a little bit also in AI, there's a lot of hype trends. Like something 100%. Becomes a trend. There's a lot of hype around it. And then suddenly it like dies down.
Oh yeah.
So how, in your experience, you know, in the industry and now as a founder as well, how do you think brands or companies can kind of protect themselves against going on that roller coaster?
I think it's the same way you would treat a business, right? So, well, anything in life, steady growth is better, right? So if you are looking for a hype train, what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
But it's like, even with our kind of token and things like that, we've learned that we are steadily going like that. If you look at the chart and everything like that, it's going like this. It's not like that. It's not like we're trying to build a hype train. And we've learned from others and other projects not to go on that hype train and like just do what the trend is. We've always done what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
We've stuck to our guns and said, no, we're going to do it like this because this is how we've always done it. And this is how we've always helped other projects do it. So this is the way we're going to do it. And it may not be to everyone's taste, but that's how we built a community around us. So through everything they may have found that we faltered on, they've actually now become a believer because they're like, wow, you guys have survived that and this and this, and you're still here.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a very good point, like steady growth.
Yeah.
Because we meet different founders every day. You know, we work with a lot of startups, and I see a trend in like they're really trying to get to that peak really quickly. And what you said is really nice, where what goes, like if it goes up, it's gonna come down.
Yeah, it has to.
Exactly. So I totally agree with you. You were talking about your team and them making you post and all of that.
Yeah.
So I want to know about you as a leader.
Yeah.
What's your style and what's the biggest challenge you've had so far?
I think this is where, so I'm the co-founder with Jessie, my partner. Mm-hmm. This is where we balance each other. Like you have to have someone that balances you.
Yeah.
I'm very good in some ways, and he's better in other ways. And that's where you need it. You need a team that is better than you and where you're not. That's what makes a good team. So I think you have to be humble enough to say you're not good at something, and acknowledge that as a person, and just be like, I'm terrible at this bit.
It's not my thing.
So I will give it to you, and they will say, okay, I'm terrible at this thing, and I will give this to you. That's what makes us a whole team, and that's why we've kind of built what we've built in 6 months.
So what's one challenge you've had so far?
There's lots of challenges. Like with a startup, I think every day there's some shit that goes on.
Yeah.
Like you think it's gonna be a rocky ride, something's gone wrong with the tech, Jesse's broken something, I've done something, and you're just like sitting there. And it's having a small team, trying to bootstrap the company. I think there's always challenges. There's nothing that you're like, wow, I've overcome this. It will never happen again. That's wrong. It's always going to happen. It's like Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. So I think with us, I don't know what's going to happen today. There might be something that's a challenge for me today.
You might leave here.
And I'll just be like, did not expect that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so if you could go back and tell Khalil 10 years ago one thing.
Buy more Bitcoin.
Buy more. Other than that.
Yeah. Buy something else. No, I think 10 years ago, God, I was a completely different person. I was 27.
Yeah.
So the mentality of a 27-year-old boy man is not that good. I think I always stick to a couple of sayings now. What's coming is better than what's gone.
Yeah.
Do what's right, not easy. And I think, just having that mentality to know that something's going to get better, even when it might not be.
Yeah.
Always stick to that and trust your gut, right? I think trust your gut at everything, because I think people ignore their gut a lot.
Yeah.
And every time I has landed me in some shitty situation.
Right.
So that's part of emotional intelligence, right?
Yeah.
You learn to develop as a human more. But yeah, I think if you generally know as well, like the magic is in the work that you don't want to do as well.
Yeah.
Right? So I heard that on another podcast, I don't know who, but it was sending that email or you literally know what you're supposed to do and you will put it off to do anything else. That's me. Like I'm very honest like that. I don't want to send that email, but I know if I do, it'll just make my life 10 times easier.
Yeah.
I don't want to make that note, but I know if I do, I'll probably remember it and I'll, just stupid stuff. But you know already as a human what you're supposed to do. So I think just being honest with yourself and the people around you.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so just before we end the podcast.
Yes.
I want to know what you're excited about and what your outlook is on the industries that you're in. So blockchain, AI.
I think what we're doing at the moment, right? So we're building this amazing AI product, but it's also trying to help people. I think that's we're not trying to make people lose their jobs. We're actually trying to help them understand AI and AI understand it so it becomes better.
Yeah.
Our slogan is kind of better humans, better AI. So it starts with us. And I think what we're doing with TheBlock as well, like I didn't know we were going to do this, I only came up 2-3 weeks ago when we were chatting with Denotion, Farbod and you guys. So I think we're excited to try and help people get to where they need to go to as well. So building an ecosystem for people to come, and even though they might be lost or they might need help, because we all suffer from it. Like even as a founder now, I might look like I've got my shit together. I don't. I just put one foot instead of the other, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
So I think giving the people guidance to do what they need to do, and just being a support level, it's a really cool thing. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today and talking with us.
Yeah.
And as usual, thank you to Web3 TV for the beautiful studio. See you guys next time.